The multiverse is an expansive tapestry of alternate realities, each woven into a vast cosmic hierarchy. It exists as a smaller subset of the omniverse, the boundless expanse encompassing all realities ever conceived. Many of these universes arise as divergences, splitting off whenever a pivotal event occurs with multiple possible outcomes, creating a distinct universe for each path taken. Some universes appear rooted in a distant past or an unimaginable future, owing to the unique flow of time within each reality. Remarkably, the multiverse can meet its demise, but even in destruction, it is reborn anew, transformed into an entirely different form. This cycle has unfolded repeatedly, with the current iteration known as the 8th cosmos, succeeding the previous 7th cosmos. Eternity, one of the most powerful cosmic beings, once revealed that countless facets of itself exist, solidifying Marvel's stance on the boundless and complex nature of the multiverse. Later, the enigmatic Beyonder suggested a seemingly endless number of dimensions, embarking on a journey to traverse the entirety of the multiverse and its myriad of planes. The Crossroads serves as a gateway, offering access to an infinite array of dimensions. Molecule Man, an entity nearing omniscience, theorized that Earth's universe is just one among infinite parallel dimensions, all coalescing to form the multiverse. According to the mystical book of the Vishanti, the multiverse contains a transfinite number of universes, surpassing even infinite comprehension. In Fantastic Four, Annual 2001, Captain Universe further described the multiverse as limitless, reinforcing the grandeur of this extraordinary cosmic phenomenon. The Living Tribunal has referred to the multiverse as an infinite expanse, a claim further confirmed by the One Above All, who stated there are truly infinite realities. Occasionally, the multiverse is described as a realm with endless layers of existence, its vast array of extra dimensions stretching to the very concept of infinity. It extends to realms that lie beyond time and space, surpassing all known dimensions of reality and dreams, with the beyond, or the outside, existing beyond even these limits. The web of life and destiny serves as a map of the multiverse, its nodes representing universes while its threads connect people, particularly spider totem avatars, objects, and key events. Since the Celestial War, the fabric of reality has undergone recurring cycles of destruction and renewal. Each multiverse has a natural lifespan, although external forces can bring about its premature end. Between each cycle lies a void of nothingness, a pause before the birth of a new reality. The current multiverse, once the 7th cosmos, met its destruction and was reborn as the 8th cosmos, continuing the legacy of its predecessor. To understand this multiverse and omniverse concept even further, let's explore Marvel's cosmic history together. Before we continue, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and recommend it on social media, which helps small content creators like me. At the very beginning, there was only the first cosmos, a singular universe. Unlike the multiverse that came later, the first cosmos was a perfect, unchanging realm embodied by the first firmament. In its loneliness, the first firmament created the aspirants and celestials, whose conflict sparked the infamous Celestial War. The Celestials sought change, growth, and the impermanence of mortality. Their war ended with the first cosmos being shattered into countless fragments, from which emerged infinite universes, forming the first multiverse, the second cosmos, ushering in a realm of endless possibilities. This event marked the beginning of the multiversal cycles. Each subsequent multiverse underwent its own renewal process, involving the complete destruction and recreation of existence. With every renewal, the multiverse advanced and evolved, becoming something greater than before. In the second cosmos, the Celestials established dominion and created servitors known as Omegas to assist in governing this newly forged multiverse. However, the second cosmos endured only a few millennia, as it was a time when even the concept of all death was new. The personification of the second cosmos, curious about death, willingly embraced it, bringing its existence to an end. Through its death, the multiverse was reborn as the third cosmos. The Celestials moved on to the next iteration, while the Omegas remained in the remnants of the second cosmos, positioning themselves outside the boundaries of the multiverse. From this point on, they became known as the Beyonders. The third cosmos was the first to arise from a completed multiversal cycle. Unlike the fragmentary birth of the second cosmos, it emerged from a structured renewal. However, the third cosmos was still in a primitive state. Having inherited the concepts of existence and non-existence from its predecessor, the third cosmos was defined by the conflict between these forces. This struggle became the earliest form of narrative within the multiverse. This battle was symbolized by the Lifebringer One, the first hero or sentry who stood against the Anti-All, the embodiment of primal void. Lifebringer One's triumph over the Anti-All signified the victory of existence over nothingness. Nevertheless, the Anti-All splintered into countless fragments, which were believed to be precursors to the manifestations of great nothingness in future cosmoi. The fourth cosmos was home to archetypal beings, entities bound to specific patterns and cycles. These archetypes engaged in perpetual conflicts dictated by their predetermined roles. When what must be, the archetype of the devourer of worlds, threatened to consume the others, the archetypes faced a moment of reckoning. Cloud, who traveled to the fourth cosmos with the Defenders, persuaded the archetypes to defy their established patterns. By breaking these cycles, they united to confront and overcome the threat of what must be. The what must be underwent a profound transformation, becoming the what can be, the archetype of the Lifebringer. The archetypes and patterns from the fourth cosmos were preserved and carried forward into future cosmoi. The fifth cosmos marked the dawn of magic and sorcery, introducing mystical forces into the fabric of existence. Among its inhabitants was Moradin, who held the title of Sorcerer Supreme during this era. As the fifth cosmos came to an end, Moradin was believed to have merged with the sentience of the cosmos, continuing into the sixth cosmos as Omnimax, the devourer of worlds. The sixth cosmos heralded the age of science, being the first multiverse to explore and develop its principles. Within this cosmos existed the planet Ta, a civilization of unparalleled advancement. One of its inhabitants, Galen, discovered that their universe was succumbing to a cosmic plague called the Black Winter. In desperation, the last of the Ta-Ans launched a ship toward the terminal point of the universe. There, Galen encountered the sentience of the cosmos, who revealed that both were on the verge of death, but would be reborn in the next cycle as a singular entity to be known as Galactus, the devourer of worlds. The Black Winter later revealed that it had deliberately spared Galen so he could fulfill his destiny as its herald in future cycles. The seventh cosmos became the most recognized multiverse, serving as the present-day framework of existence, until a catastrophic event led to its destruction. Among the countless realities within the seventh cosmos, the most prominent were Earth 616, the primary Marvel universe, and Earth 1610, the Ultimate Universe. However, the Beyonders, entities dwelling outside the multiverse, initiated an experiment to bring about its end, claiming it was an attempt to release it from the enigma of its existence. In every reality, the Beyonders orchestrated the accident of the Molecule Man, intending for him to detonate and annihilate the entire multiverse in one catastrophic event. Dr. Doom, along with the Molecule Man of Earth 616, opposed this plan and traveled to the past to systematically eliminate the other Molecule Men. Tragically, the deaths of the Molecule Men only advanced the Beyonders' scheme, causing the multiverse to contract as designed. This contraction triggered the phenomenon known as Incursions. Across the multiverse, realities began colliding with one another, with their respective Earths serving as the collision points. If the collision between the two Earths wasn't prevented by the destruction of one planet, both universes would collapse entirely upon impact. Consequently, the lifespan of the entire multiverse diminished significantly. Despite efforts by countless beings and factions across various universes to prevent ultimate destruction, everything culminated in the final incursion between the last two surviving universes, Earth 616 and Earth 1610, both of which were ultimately destroyed. A few survivors from each universe escaped their doomed realities aboard life rafts that kept them in suspended animation. Among these survivors were the respective Reed Richards of each universe, Mr. Fantastic and the Maker. Using the Molecule Man's assistance, Dr. Doom seized the Beyonder's power and salvaged fragments of destroyed universes, fusing them into a single patchwork world known as Battleworld. Doom ruled Battleworld for 8 years, until the discovery of the 2 life rafts ignited chaos. In the ensuing confrontation between Dr. Doom and Mr. Fantastic, the Molecule Man transferred the Beyonder's power to Reed Richards, which resulted in the destruction of Battleworld. Armed with this immense power, Mr. Fantastic, with the help of his son Franklin Richards, began restoring the multiverse one universe at a time. This monumental act led to the birth of the 8th Cosmos. Unlike previous cycles, the 8th Cosmos retained much of the structure and elements of the 7th Cosmos, rather than starting anew. Speculation about the 9th Cosmos presents at least 3 potential outcomes. In the first, at the end of the 8th Cosmos, Franklin Richards and Galactus of Earth 616 survive as its final remnants. As Entropy claimed the 8th Cosmos, they reminisced about its history. When it ended and the new cosmos began, Galactus's energy fused with Franklin, transforming him into the Devourer of Worlds for the 9th Cosmos. In the second outcome, billions of years in the future, an alternate Hulk possessed by the One Below All becomes the last survivor of the 8th Cosmos. After killing all other immortals and consuming the sentience of the universe, this Hulk becomes the Devourer of Worlds for the 9th Cosmos. However, under the influence of the One Below All, he becomes the Breaker Apart, an agent of destruction. This cosmos is inhabited by advanced alien civilizations that communicate using crystals, light pulses, and colors. After 10 billion years, the Breaker Apart eradicates nearly all life, light, and planets, leaving the universe desolate. The last surviving inhabitant sends a modified tiding fly back to the prior cosmos before perishing. The third possibility, as narrated by the eventuality to Dylan Brock, hinges on Eddie Brock reuniting with the Venom symbiote. If this happens, Eddie mirrors Null, adopting the role of the Anti-All. Leading a swarm of insectoid symbiotes resembling symbiote dragons, Eddie seeks a worthy successor to the King in Black. If no candidate emerges, he vows to destroy the 9th Cosmos entirely.